the Thursday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. First of all, a little humble pie to eat this evening. The snow showers that ramped up overnight last night were definitely a little bit beefier than expected. We had some flurries in the forecast, but these snow showers got a little bit of a lift from Lake Erie, plenty of instability aloft, and they became bona fide snow showers, and even you could call them snow squalls in some spots, and this led to some additional accumulations of snow in the wee hours of this morning, and, perhaps more importantly, in fact I know more importantly, a lot of problems on the roads for early morning commuters. We had lots of accidents and backups on area roadways first thing this morning. So let's briefly talk about what happened here. This time-lapse video from Niles starts at 1 a.m. It was still pretty quiet along 422 at that point, but then the snow showers pushed in, and some of this stuck to the roads, but perhaps more importantly, it laid down some moisture on the roads, and then that moisture froze as temperatures dropped down into the upper 20s during the first part of today. So, again, some problems out there, but then we had sunshine for much of the morning before clouds rolled back in the afternoon. Now, in Columbiana County, people were saying, what snow? It pretty much did not snow in most of Columbiana County last night, but in Mahoning County, Trumbull County, Mercer County, even parts of northern Lawrence County, these snow showers did mean some business. This was when most of us were in bed, but they were pretty high impact for early morning commuters. At the airport, we did pick up 1.2 inches worth of snow from these kind of surprise snow showers. Now, I will admit, some of the modeling last evening did hint at this, and I even mentioned on Weather for Weather Geeks last evening that I wouldn't be surprised if some places got a coating. I didn't think they would be high impact, and I didn't think anyone would see an inch or even 2 inches worth of snow out of these. So some of the models were pointing in this direction, but we didn't exactly take those models completely at face value, and so yeah, it was a little bit of a forecast bust. We made it to 44 this afternoon, well short of the average of 62 and the record of 83 back in 1985. All right, so I kind of suspect this is our final snow number of the season at the Youngstown Warren Airport, 57.5 when you factor in today's 1.2. This brings us within shouting distance of average, but we're still probably going to finish about 5 inches shy of average for the season, but it's a lot closer to average than last year. Last year we ended up in the upper 40s at the airport. A lot of Mahoning County saw 20, 25 inches of snow, and we were in the teens in a lot of Columbiana County last winter as far as snowfall. So it was a much more typical season for snow this time around wherever you are across the area. All right, we have had a lot of dry air in the lowest, say, 3,000 to 4,000 feet of the atmosphere today. So while the radar has looked kind of very showery this afternoon, this has not manifested itself in much more than real spotty sprinkle activity. A lot of this just not reaching the ground. In fact, the sky is clearing rapidly out towards I-71 as of 6:26 this evening, and the sky will turn clear as we head through the night, allowing temperatures to cool off rapidly once again, and once again where the growing season has begun. Freeze warnings are out. Nearby Tuscarawas, Carroll, Jefferson, Hancock, Beaver counties, kind of our neighboring counties to the south where the Weather Service has declared the growing season as having started. And again, I mentioned this last evening, in our television viewing area in points north, we have not seen the growing season officially begin yet, even though, of course, everything's been blooming for a few weeks. We're still almost 2 weeks away from the average date of the last 32-degree reading of the season. So Weather Service typically does not declare the growing season as having begun too far in advance of that 30-year average date of the last freeze. All right, so real quickly, today is Earth Day, and it's a good day to just remind ourselves to be good stewards of the planet. We only have one planet, despite the fact that there's a helicopter on Mars right now. We can't live on Mars. And so we've got to take good care of the planet, and of course, front and center when it comes to environmental concerns these days, climate change. This is just a look at our local area. Since the first Earth Day back in 1970, our average temperatures have gone up a few degrees. And this trend shows no signs of slowing down. And, there's a big difference, of course, between weather and climate. We're going to have cold weather always, just like we've had over the last couple of days. But that's weather. That's a lot different than climate, which is a long-term trend. And the long-term trend is certainly unmistakable here locally and across most of the globe. All right, so back here in the short term, and we'll talk weather now. Things are looking cold and frosty to start Friday, but I think the afternoon's going to be just fine. Upper 50s to around 60. with a slight increase in cloudiness. All right, as expected, our in-house model here is a little more realistic, I think, now for Saturday. Yesterday it was pretty aggressive, bringing in the rain Saturday morning. I said that was too fast. And indeed, things have slowed down on the modeling here. So I think it's going to rain Saturday, certainly before sunset, and perhaps even as early as late afternoon. Some of the modeling tries to keep most of the rain south of Route 30. Not this model, but some of the modeling. I'm not sure I buy that at this point, but it's something we'll watch out for. I still think odds strongly favor rain before Saturday is through. The rain will taper off at night, and then just a cold northwest flow on Sunday. This is going to be just one of those stratocumulus decks that is hard to break. Clouds, chilly temperatures, kind of a blah. End of the weekend. All right, we need some rain. Some of us are still in a moderate drought. Here's a look at the model spread for the weekend rain. The NAM, or I should say the RPM, is leading the pack here over a half an inch, but it's an outlier at this point. Our other modeling is all under a half an inch. All right, frost a concern tonight as we drop below freezing. One more night in the foreseeable future, and maybe for the rest of the season, where frost could be a concern. That would be Sunday night and into Monday morning. That may be the last time we'll have to worry about frost and freeze concerns for the season. All right, I love the way things are looking for next week. Look at all the warm anomalies coming east as we go into the middle portions of next week. We'll be well above the average Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday. I have an 81 in my forecast for Wednesday, and we're still well up into the 70s on Thursday. Maybe some showers and even some springtime thunderstorms, and maybe our first chance of some stronger storms of the season 1 week from today, next Thursday. Thank you for watching the Thursday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here on Friday. Have a great night, everyone.